good morning to you. Before you talk about anything else, can we just ask you, all these by-elections coming up, is Labour really ready for them?
Absolutely, yes. It's very sunny here in Manchester, by the way, as well. Yes, I've been in Selby myself this week and last week, the one in Yorkshire, which is the closest one to me. And we've had teams and teams of people out there right from the off, and we're getting a lot of support in Selby, which, as your reporter just said there, is a very traditional, safe, conservative seat. So I know from colleagues as well that they've been out and about in all the other by-elections as well. So yeah, we're ready for them, and we're absolutely in them to win them, even though on paper the Selby one certainly looks quite a stretch for Labour.
Look, I know today Sir Keir Starmer is unveiling details about the curriculum, how the curriculum would change if there was a Labour government, and talking about sort of creative arts and music, sport, drama, all that sort of thing. And I mean, look, it's not to knock it, because I know they play a very big role in how minds develop, and, you know, it's an interesting and an important part of British life. But I do wonder, when we talk about education, shouldn't we be focusing on practical skills for a practical life? You know, teaching people how to have a mortgage, how to manage debt, all that sort of thing.
Well, it's that as well. So what we're talking about today is, yesterday in the launch of our opportunity mission for everybody, is to ensure that there is that broad curriculum, but that we're really equipping people for the jobs of the future and the life of the future. So that is just as much about creative skills. It's also about digital skills, speaking skills, as Keir has been talking about as well. So we have an education system at the moment that's become increasingly narrow, focusing on some of those core subjects which are very important, like, of course, reading, writing and math skills. But in order for our young people to really seize the opportunity of all these jobs of the future with the onset of AI and digital, but also we've got a booming creative industry sector here in the UK in screen, film, TV, gaming, fashion, massive vacancies there of very highly paid, skilled jobs. And we're just not equipping our young people to access those jobs of the future. And that's why we're going to be changing some of the accountability measures for schools to ensure that young people are also offered, alongside those core subjects, are also offered vocational and creative subjects as well.
Meanwhile, we adults are tussling with the sort of cultural dilemma surrounding end-to-end encryption and, you know, our right to privacy when we're on a digital platform. What do you make of this sort of cultural debate of that at the moment?
Well, look, it is a big debate. We've got the online safety bill going through its latter stages at the moment in the House of Lords. We've finally sort of had it in the Commons over recent months. And it's a really important piece of regulation. The social media space does need regulating, not just because of what's happening on there, but because of the business models, this kind of engagement. If you get engaged with and you get more engaged with the algorithms of these business models, which, as Molly Russell's family said, monetize misery and do lead to some really harmful and difficult outcomes, whether that's misogyny, hate, racism, all sorts of things, which are now, some of which are not included in this bill. And as part of that, there is a big debate about end-to-end encryption. And I think it is a finely balanced argument. We have got a right to privacy. We have got a right to our messages being private. But there are some occasions, very few occasions, but some occasions where the security services, say, for example, if there was a threat of a terrorism act or otherwise, might need to get access to some of that material. And that's the debate that we're really having in Parliament at the moment. I think it is a finely balanced debate. And, you know, I'm very strongly for privacy and free speech. But I'm also very mindful of the fact that our security services, in very minor and small number of occasions, do need access to that information.
Can I ask you, Lucy Powell, do you back our Don't Kill Cash campaign? This idea that even though society is changing, becoming more cashless, that we still need to protect cash for those people who need it?
We do need to protect cash. I think it's an important issue to highlight. And, of course, I'm the digital secretary as well, and we are moving into very quickly in this digital age. Things are changing very quickly, whether that's a cash becoming cashless and everybody paying for things electronically, or whether that's people wanting more human interaction when it comes to dealing with problems and services and utilities and public services and so on. You don't always want everything to be digital, but there are great opportunities with that for more efficiencies and productivities and better services. But we can't lose sight of the fact that we do need these authentic and real interactions as well. And cash is one of them. And of course, for small businesses, sometimes they pay less charges, of course, when they're using cash as well.
Lucy Powell, really good to see you this morning.
Yeah.
Thanks very much indeed.
And you can sign up. You can scan the QR code. Just telling her.
Yeah, sure she will.